Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of I Can't Promise Anything. I'm your host, Beau Hogan, and today we have Elena Dizon on, right?
Hi, yeah, that's right.
Okay, perfect. Just some of her credits here. She's appeared in Shooter, a new TV show that's coming out is Reclamation. It's a sci-fi TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Fresh Off the Boat, to just name a few credits. Did you want anything else coming up that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I have a play June 26th. I have a play that's going to be Plan P from Outer Space. It's a puppet parody of Plan 9 from Outer Space. So we're doing in June is kind of like a promo preview of the actual movie, but we'll have like a recreation of the quote-unquote characters of the movie reincarnated as puppets.
That's awesome.
Like picture like Jim Henson puppets, just kind of like making commentary of their own work that they did.
Sure, that's funny. How many cast members?
Right now there's 4,
Okay.
but there'll be a much larger production later this year that I think they're really excited about. And we'll even add some music too, so there'll be some musicals as well. You never get to see me sing. You get to see me sing.
That's all right. You see the puppet.
You'll see the puppet, exactly.
Yeah.
You'll see the puppet. My mouth will be moving, but you're not going to look at me anyway. It's the puppet.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not you, but it is you. So you don't have to be
me.
embarrassed.
It's like you know when in therapy when they have like, oh, here's a puppet, child. Why don't you tell me exactly what you're thinking?
Yeah.
But like it'll be me just in a very cartoony voice.
Sure. Which is fun.
Which is fun.
Yeah. So this movie you're parodying off, what movie is that?
This is Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Okay.
It's kind of like how The Room was, that was released in I think 2018 with James Franco. That movie was, or his was a behind the scenes,
yes,
but like The Room itself was like, it was a movie that was so bad it's good.
Sure.
This was also in like the Planet 9 from Outer Space was just exactly in that genre. It would hit the same awards like if the Raspies were there, like it would just be annihilating everything.
Yeah, okay.
It was just such a bad good movie that everyone's gonna like it.
Sure. How did they get the idea to parody this movie for?
Well, I think it came up our producer Bill Watson and Tom Loveman. I know they were kind of keeping an eye on how the dates were, because it's going to be the 60th anniversary of it. So that's where that kind of inspiration came from.
There's an audience for this. Like
there is an audience,
a fan base.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so a lot of people, I'm sure they would look at hashtag Planet 9, and then if they see us, then we're already almost sold out. So that's like, and we've only been selling tickets for I think a few days. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So
anyone familiar with that, go check this one out.
Yes, yes, and that'll be Plan P from outerspace.com for tickets and information. So.
Awesome, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit today about how you got into acting, because I had met you at one of my plays last year, and you were talking about everything you were doing. I was really impressed with that.
Yes,
so.
and well, I was impressed with you, so like I just wanted to meet you as well.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I definitely don't have the amount of credits that you have, but I really appreciate it.
Well, you'll definitely kick my ass in the theater word, I'll tell you that. So, like, don't worry about it.
Thank you.
You'll be just fine.
You're the only person I think that has come on here and given me a lot of hope. So.
Yeah, that's what I do. I get people's hopes up.
Great. For better or for worse.
For better or for worse,
yeah. Great.
Can't promise anything podcast, so.
Exactly. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
So when did you start getting into acting?
Well, I actually started as a hobby. It was one of those like hobbies that I never told anybody that I was interested in, because it was just something that just kept me moving, kept me creative. Because I wasn't actually an actor at first. I was more of like a writer, comedian, but those were also like kind of like my diary would be like my whole stories of jokes and plot lines and everything for comedy.
Okay.
But as far as making money wise, I actually started off in film school.
Okay.
And so Art Institute of California.
Okay.
That one was in Los Angeles. That was the one that I went to.
Okay.
Really great experience, really
cool.
amazing. The platform that you guys have here. It's you cannot. It's almost like. It was so worth it. I got so much experience in just a few days. Day one, you get to touch like a real life camera.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just that in itself was like wow, because I had friends that were going to like, USCs and UCLAs and at the same times, but they weren't going to touch a camera until their junior year.
Yeah,
so like,
exactly. Which can be frustrating. I love it when you get that hands-on experience and you're like, oh, we're doing it. Like we're actually going to make whatever we're making.
Exactly, exactly. And we can do it right now if we wanted to.
And it's going to be crap, but we're doing it.
It's going to be crap. No,
yeah.
do it.
But we're going to learn.
Be good crap.
Yeah. So you started out as a writer.
I started out as a writer, comedian, where I got most of my, I guess, technique from, where I got my foot in the door was actually post-production. I was a video editor. I learned Avid, Final Cut, everything in the post world. I was just naturally good at, and then even though I was still acting as a hobby, I was more of like, I've been broke all my life, so I was like, I need money. And then after a while, I was thinking about it. Years went by, and I just said, I wanted to do post because it was a good backup for acting.
Sure. You can make a lot of money in post.
You could make a lot of money, a lot of things.
Which is nice.
Got a lot of good work from there. But then something kept drawing me back into acting. I'm just like, you know what? I'm watching all these people. I'm cleaning up their mistakes. It's not that hard to, clean up terrible takes and all that. I'm just like, and then you also hear the directors, because they'll record them.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything's rolling.
Exactly, and they'll be like, can you say this? And then I just want to yell at the screen, this is what he's talking about.
Okay.
And so it's...
You got it better than the actor did.
I
when
did.
Acting, and you were watching it.
Yeah. That's right, I got it quicker. And then I think around the time that I put in my 2 weeks, I think I was dating a guy that did nothing but acting. And I was just like, how do you do this? Just that. Sure. And because he wasn't... he didn't have a normal job. He just kind of just chilled and wait for auditions. And and I was just like, I want to do that. And so
sounds stressing.
It is very stressing. He was very broke. I paid for a lot of things, but I didn't mind.
Sure,
But I think if I didn't, see that it's possible, then I don't think I would have, jumped the gun and just like, I'm just gonna do it and see what happens. Sure. And then, luckily, I haven't been able to look back, and I haven't been able to do any Ubers or anything, luckily. Thank goodness.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like full time.
Yeah, it is possible.
Which is awesome, which I hope motivates a lot of people. You know? I mean, that's why I like to bring you on, because you didn't start off in acting, you did something else first.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
And film school can be good. I know film school
amazing.
Sometimes has a bad rep. I mean, I know I like
it. yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, awesome. I'm gonna give off one of these questions here, okay?
Okay.
What job would you be absolutely horrible at?
Oh my God. I was a dental assistant for a little bit.
You were awful at that.
I was awful. I was like, it was a small business, so I was the only one. I was thinking I was just gonna answer phones, make appointments, but like everything else, like, I have to actually, clean these people's teeth. Like, I wouldn't be using the tools, but he was gonna train me to eventually use these tools. And like, I don't know if it was because I wasn't getting it right away. I'm not a science person whatsoever. Okay. So I was just like, it freaked me out, because these are people's like health literally in my hands.
Sure.
And that would be just the worst job.
Sure. And
if I were to do it again.
Oh yeah, and mouths.
And mouths.
Like
and then like people cringe
already.
if you do something wrong. Like, even though I wasn't using the tools, watching like if people hear like the little metal parts in their mouth, like
I know I get grins. And I get you. Okay, cool, great, good answer. Good answer.
Yeah.
All right. So, what TV character would be the most fun to change places with for a week?
Oh my gosh, what character would be the most fun? I've always. This show isn't on the air anymore, but one of my favorite shows is Third Rock from the Sun. It had John Lithgow, and I just admired his talent so much. Sure. And then they did have scenes where they flop characters, because they're aliens, they can do anything really. So there was an episode where like one actor traded places with another actor, and they were just mimicking each other's quirks. And if I can just do a scene like that where I can just show my impression of what you're doing somewhere, that would be awesome. And then just to actually just be in the sidelines of that show.
Sure.
Cool. Like, that would be a dream come true. Like, please, all these reboots that we're doing, like the Will and Graces, the Murphy Browns, please bring back for the Third Rock from the Sun. They're all super busy.
Yeah.
But I would love to see that, and I think that'd be pretty awesome.
That's awesome. No, and just those little TV shows. I know for me, like big picture movies and TV shows is the reason I got into acting, and now I do love those independent films, some of the slow-moving movies. But at the end of the day, the reason I got in was because of those big-budget, kind of cheesy shows, you know, and I do enjoy them still. You know? Even though I want to make those good indie films, there is, I don't know, something about those, you know, those TV shows.
Yeah, it's got a lot of like heart behind them. We don't really. One thing I do love about the indie world is that there's just so much more freedom, and like no one's really, you know, obviously they don't have the biggest budget, they don't have the biggest actors, but just people creating something amazing.
Yeah.
And then speaking of indies, I did one of those like 48-hour film festivals. Have you ever done those?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, you're gonna get a headache if you do, but they're worth it because
they sound fun though.
They are so fun when it's all done and completed, and you're watching it with zero sleep.
Yeah.
But like I did one. I want to say it was last month somewhere, but I just kind of had nothing else to do that weekend, and I was just like, I might as well just enter my name in.
Yeah. And
then someone picked up like, oh, we can use an actor, so I look at their profile, they looked at mine, we're like, okay, whatever, let's create.
Yeah.
And we created like this piece that I don't think we would have been finished at all if we didn't have the team that we did. Nobody knew each other. All I know is that like half of us were actually from film school, and then the other half were like the writers and this is my idea. I want to pursue it, but I don't know how to put it together. And I just it was an indie.
Sure.
And it was quick, and it was simple, but it was so beautiful, and I just
That's awesome. No, and I love that because people just go for it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're gonna do it. We're gonna create something, and we're gonna have something that we can see.
Exactly.
At the end, and that's really cool.
Created out of nothing, literally. Exactly. We had to wait for like rules and everything for us to start working, and they're worth it. I highly recommend that experience at least once in your life.
Sure. Yeah. I know. I got a director, it wasn't a 48-hour thing, but a director was like, hey, we're trying to just film a short today, just something small. So we're all going to sit down. I knew no one other than the director. Yeah. And we just wrote out a small scene. It was like, 8 minutes long. And we just did it that day, and he edited it in 2 days and threw it back to us. And so it is
amazing.
Fun. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And it's fun to see, like, how creative you get with the problems in your way. Because you think it's going to go smooth, but it's not. There's going to be so much stuff you have to change at the end of the day. But I think that's what makes it so good, too.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, and that's, it's part of, I don't know, part of the whole creative universe.
And gotta love the tenacity. You need more people that aren't just going to sit in the sidelines and be like, I'll put it on my to-do list, and then it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that I watch a lot of Shark Tank. So one of the things that I think one of the sharks said was like, don't put anything on a to-do list, put it on your calendar.
Oh.
And so that's how you it's a lot more motivating than it is putting it on
there's an end date.
Yeah, this is when I'm gonna do it, and that's it. So
that's awesome. No, that's cool. I'm gonna give one more question, then we can wrap it up. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, what would be the funniest thing to fill a piñata with?
Fill a piñata with?
Yeah.
Oh, I just like sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
I just like rainbow sprinkles.
That would be pretty
I'll just hit piñata, have soft cone ice creams under it, and just have.
That's a great idea, because my first thought was condoms.
Yeah,
but
well, there you go. I'm the sweet and you're the spicy.
Yeah,
that's where it is.
That's right. Hey, well, Elena Diaz, I appreciate you coming out and helping me out. Sorry it was so short. If I continue this podcast, I would definitely have you back.
Absolutely. I'll be happy to.
Great. Well, thank you. And thanks for listening, guys. I can't promise anything. Hopefully we'll be back for another episode.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good one.